'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in the hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. Good evening all, and I'm joined by 3 visions of sugar plums in the form of Iman, Joker, and Daniel. Good
Some
evening,
sweeter
chaps.
than others.
Some much sweeter than others. Yes.
Good evening, all.
And I am your host for the evening. I am Father Yogmus tonight. Good evening, General Nut. Good evening, Saxius. Good evening, Andy. Good evening, Brian. Good evening, Halakar. And good evening, Mercurius in Disguise. Thank you, Mercurius in Disguise.
I was wondering who that was.
I think that's the greatest name. My ear trumpet has been struck by lightning. I mean, we did joke on Wednesday that it does it sort of kickstart your brain into life. I mean, imagine, yeah. I don't know. Hello, Straw Piglet. Hello. So, good evening. How are you? Are you all well? You all well?
It's like a defibrillator for your ear.
Yes. So, chaps, how have you been this week?
Pretty good, thanks, mate.
Not too bad.
How about yourself?
No, I'm all right. Yes. It's been a week. One more day at work tomorrow, and then because of the way Christmas falls this year, I'm actually not back in work until Friday.
Oh.
Think about it. It's not my Sunday this week. Andrea's covering in the shop.
Okay.
And then Monday and Tuesday's my weekend. And then Wednesday, Thursday's Christmas Day and Boxing Day, which are bank holidays.
True. I've got to go in on Monday. Just Monday.
Just Monday. Hello, Xnod Prime.
So no long weekend for me. Still got an early start on Monday, unfortunately.
Oh.
But I get the next however many days off, 9-10 days or whatever.
Working 9
Cheers
to 5. Right, tonight we are playing this. 'Twas the Krampus Night Before Christmas.
Is it a choose your own adventure?
It is a choose your own adventure.
Oh, by Mr. Jonathan Green.
By Mr. Jonathan Green, who we said hello to at
We did.
Games Expo, and he very kindly signed this copy.
He did.
It wasn't cheap to buy a signed copy, and this was number 13. So it's not the lucky copy, is it? He was only going to have 100 signed copies available, and I got number 13.
Were they already pre-signed, or was that what he was signing at the table?
No, he signed.
He literally signed it in front of us. Yeah.
Hello, Zach Zander. Hello, Bob Hastings. Hello, Mr. Baker. Hello. So 2 Real Geek. Ho, ho, ho. And there's his signature down the bottom.
Well, if you consider the amount of attendees at the Games Expo and the fact there was only 100 of those books, you've done well.
Oh, no, number 13. If I'd have committed to it on the Friday, though, I could have got number 1, couldn't I?
I guess. But we all know you want to just wait for me to be there.
Yeah, well, we went to that stand because it had Ian Livingston on it, didn't we?
Yes.
And Jonathan Green was an added bonus.
Nice to meet two of the 3 guys behind the books I'm so fond of.
Yeah, you wanted to fanboy over Ian Livingston.
I did a little bit, yeah, I'm not going to lie.
You did, yeah. You did.
The guy's a sir, man.
He is. He's been knighted, yes, yeah. He's got a knighthood.
It's not every day you meet someone with a knighthood.
No. And knighthoods are given to some people who really don't deserve it.
Prince Nassim used to have one. Prince Nassim used to have one.
Did he?
Yeah, but then he got in a car crash and it got taken away from him.
Oh.
because he like manslaughtered. Yeah. Anyway,
Yes, I was too obsessed with Michael the Sausage on the Friday. Andy's right. Yeah.
is that
There is
still
one-
the most viewed short on your channel?
Yes. There is one person though. If a certain rugby player does not get a knighthood this year, then the system is completely wrong.
And who would that be?
Kevin Sinfield.
Don't know who that is because I don't watch rugby.
It's not a big sport out of the north of England and down in
Australia and South Africa
Australia,
again.
New Zealand. Yeah. But he's one of the greatest players in the history of the game in Britain. He captained England. I believe he captained the Great Britain team. He's the leading point scorer in the history of the British competition.
Wow.
But his teammate, throughout his time there, when they won something like 6 or 7 titles together, got diagnosed with motor neurons disease.
Oh.
And when that happened, Kevin Sinfield started raising money for him. And he's done things like run 7 ultra marathons in 7 days, things like that.
What's an ultra marathon?
40 miles.
Oh my God. That's an extra 50%. More than 50%.
Yes. And when he ran the Leeds Marathon, he pushed his mate around in his wheelchair. Because by this time, motor neurons had absolutely obliterated him. So he pushed his mate around in the wheelchair, got to 10 yards before the finishing line, scooped his mate out the wheelchair, and ran over the finishing line carrying him.
That's so sweet.
It's amazing. It is amazing. He's raised a stack of money. This guy, one of the greatest sportsmen in the history of his sport, and done tons for charity ever since his best mate got diagnosed with that horrible disease. And he's completely humble with it. He's down to earth and humble with it.
Love that. Proper stand-up look.
Yeah, that's the sort of person who deserves these sort of honours. Not some dodgy politician.
Correct. Exactly.
Yes.
Yep.
So there you go. Anyhow, I have sounded off there. Krampusnacht. Ritual in Austria, early December. Krampus represents a dark Capricorn, ruled by Saturn and Saint Nick, Sagittarius/Jupiter. Okay. Oh, but there we go. We've learned something.
Is that astrology? It's got that. It has got the whole "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" poem here. I only read the first paragraph from the main book. But, right. So before we start, we have a pool of 10 points to assign to 3 stats: agility, combat, and endurance. We cannot put more than 5 in any of those. Agility and combat both start at 6. Endurance starts at 20. We can put 10 points into them, but we choose how they go. So I would say maybe a 4-3-3 split.
4 into agility, 3 into combat, 3 into endurance, or 4 into combat.
Maybe,
3 into...
I don't know. It depends. I reckon it might be 2d6, right? So maybe
it is a 2d6 system.
Yeah, having 10 maybe. So 4-4-2 then in that case, maybe.
4-4-2.
That's my vote anyway.
Straw Piglet sort of says all agility and fighting. So a 4-4-2 is a sensible. No endurance. Are you sure, Straw Piglet? Are you sure? I mean, we could do.
We could. I mean, I wouldn't be averse to it.
Okay. 4-4-2 from Andy. Daniel, 4-4-2 or 5-5-0?
I like 4-4-2.
Okay. Joker, 4-4-2 or 5-5-0?
Well, the majority are going for the football formation. So
4-4-4-4-4-4.
4-4-2, the bog standard football formation.
Yes. Okay, so 4-4. Straw Piglet is absolutely adamant.
Look, we're going to start with 442, and if we die, we'll go 550. Okay?
Sure.
Does that make
Okay.
sense? Yeah, endurance is worth for less, but it might be the sort of book that pounds your endurance. We don't know. We don't know.
Let's find out.
Let's find out. Let's go with adamant straw piglet. I will get my point across. You're meant to be a pig, Straw. We need to change your name to Straw Mule. You're being stubborn. We're going 442. Yeah, we don't know how quickly endurance gets eaten in this one. So we start with stats of agility 10, combat 10, and endurance 22. So there we go. That's how it
I'm
starts.
happy with that.
Right, our stuff that we start with. Iron Piglet. You start the adventure, right? Okay, you know how you normally start these with a sword, leather armor, and a backpack, and maybe 2 gold coins. Okay. There might be a Cthulhu Christmas book, but this isn't it.
Let me check that for you. You carry on.
You start with a dressing gown. Okay.
Oh, it's me! We're playing as me!
Yeah.
Hey!
Bed socks, slippers, and that's it. Oh, pajamas as well.
Oh my
Pajamas.
god, it is literally what I'm wearing right now!
So we start with dressing gown, bed socks, slippers, and pajamas.
Is our character called Iman now? Is that what's going on?
It's called Marnie. It's just your name turned round.
Narni. Marnie's my nickname. You can use that. One of my many.
I have read the Dr. Seuss adaptation of The Call of Cthulhu. I know he's done Dagon and Mountains of Madness, but they're expensive for what they are. That was the issue with me getting the others. They're like £12 a book, and they're about 30 pages. It's like, yeah. If they were cheaper, I would.
A Christmas Cthulhu. Yes, indeed. A Lovecraftian horror by David Griffiths. £7. Or
Right.
£5 on Amazon. $2.99 delivery.
A Christmas Cthulhu.
Damn it! I
Is it
should
a
have
chi-
looked.
Is it a choose your own adventure, or is it just a story?
I'm trying to. I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
Because I can't see
Okay,
this.
so let's get the thing.
Oh, this is my account of what befell Ebenezer Scrooge. Ha, I wonder where that name rings a bell from.
Share screen.
It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's just like a short book.
Okay.
118 pages, so it doesn't look like it's a choose your own adventure.
Well, that's okay for a £5.
Yeah. I should have looked and I would have got you that if I'd have known it existed.
I didn't know it existed till tonight. Hello, Nerds Nerd. We're getting our lesson on astrology from Xnard Prime. 12 hours more of Sun, Sagittarius 2024. My brother is a Sagittarius, born on the 21st of December, which is tomorrow. That's why I'm not running a game tomorrow night.
It was my boss's birthday yesterday.
Hmm?
Not my manager, my boss.
There's a Cthulhu Christmas colouring book. I need to get that for the wife. Right, okay, let's get started.
You best believe, if/when I end up having kids, that they're going to be having the Call of Cthulhu Dr. Seuss books and not the actual ones.
Yeah.
Dad,
Right.
can you read me that story about the great Cthulhu? Anyway, sorry.
Are you ready, children? I shall begin. You wake with a start as the clock in the hall starts to chime. You lie there, listening, the bed covers pulled up tight under your chin, your heart beating an excited tattoo, like a little drummer boy, wondering if he's been yet. It is Christmas Eve, after all. 11, 12, 13. The crystal clear ringing of the last chime echoes through the silent house. 13 chimes. There must be something wrong with the clock. You are just wondering whether you should go and take a look when you hear a crash come from somewhere downstairs, followed by a heavy thud. You stay where you are, your body fizzing with adrenaline, wondering what could have made the noise. Are you being burgled? Or whether someone else is going to investigate? Daniel, go and have a look. You've got weapons. But after several long seconds have passed without hearing any of the other bedroom doors open, your curiosity can take it no longer, and you decide to take a look for yourself.
Oh, so we don't even get a choice. All right, then.
Getting out of bed, you pull on your dressing gown, over your pajamas, put on your slippers, and quietly creep out of your room. The full moon is visible through the window at the end of the landing. Someone having forgotten to draw the curtains upon going to bed, and so by its one light, with silent footsteps, you cautiously make your way downstairs. At the bottom of the stairs stands the old grandfather clock that just chimed 13. Sprigs of holly and garlands of tinsel adorn it and the rest of the furniture in the hallway. The front door to the house is before you and remains closed. There is no sign of anyone having entered this way. To your right is the door to the sitting room, while to your left is the door to the dining room. What shall we do? We have our first choice, chat and panel. Are you
Fireplace
ready?
is in the sitting room, so
Our options are: examine the grandfather clock, open the front door, open the door to the sitting room, or open the door to the dining room.
Clock.
I mean, I didn't realize clock would be an option. So yeah, let's do that.
So clock, front, sitting, dining.
I'm saying sitting room. The clock's not going to go anywhere. Hopefully.
It's a clock, Gollum. Okay, so far we have 5 votes for clock, 1 vote for sitting room, 2 votes for dining room, 3 votes for dining room.
Where's Mercurius? He's gonna pick the one that hasn't been picked yet.
That's the
Basement. Yeah, basement.
yeah, basement. Yes. Go back to bed. Go back to bed, mate. That was a terrible attempt to take an Australian accent.
Yeah, screw that. I'm going back to bed. No, that was fucking New Zealand. What the hell
Excellent.
was that?
Yes, spectator. Be a spectator.
That's fine, mate. Lurk all you want. We appreciate the support.
Gun cabinet. Is that an option?
So, any more votes coming in? We've got 16 people here. 9 people have voted so far.
Has anyone ever owned or had like a grandfather clock in their house?
No, I haven't.
Have you ever had one, Dan?
My parents always had one that was like stupid expensive. We're talking heirloom quality, $5,000. Yes.
So they're quite tall, aren't they? Would you say that there'd be space underneath
Yeah,
the
they
clock
are.
bit to like stash a gun?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, there's definitely normally a secret door underneath the swinging bell bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
that's what I
dong.
would have thought.
The swinging dong thing.
The dong. Ooh, matron.
Ooh, Halakar's a mini grandfather clock.
Bob's reinforcing the clock idea. Okay.
Heck, I have a hidden drawer even in my coffee table here in my den.
Okay. So, right. Good evening, Ralph. Long time no see.
Long time. Hi.
Hello.
No.
You're right, pal.
Right. Okay, we're going to.
Clock it is then, I guess.
Right. Clock it is. Turn to 78. All that guff, indeed. Lots of guff.
Eh, I've not heard that word before.
Never heard guff?
No.
It's been a while. Yeah.
It used to be a slang word for fart, from what I remember. Who's guff? That was when I was in secondary school. Guff.
No, it's lost on me, mate. Sorry.
You approach the long case of the looming clock and peer through the gloom at its face. The hands of the clock read 2 minutes after midnight, but you're sure you heard it chime 13. You stare at the scene visible through the cutout window in the faceplate that shows a smiling moon peeping out from between clouds and twinkling stars. But as you turn away from the clock again, out of the corner of your eye, you fancy you see something fly across the face of the painted moon. Before you have a chance to take another look, a crash from the kitchen has you turning your attention towards the door at the far end of the hall. Your pulse quickens again. Someone or something is in the kitchen. Okay, here we have a different option. Do we run back to our room, jump back in our bed and hide under the covers, or do we stay?
Oh, wow, that's actually an option.
Yeah. Should we stay or should we go?
Is that the
Let's
change?
stay.
I'm saying
I'm a big
stay.
brave boy. I'm staying.
Yeah, I'm staying.
It was the Clash. Should I stay or should I go?
Clash. Okay. Yep.
I was thinking, yeah.
Do we have an axe? No. Hello, Richard. Richard wants to run away. The Curious wants to run away. Zax wants to run away. Zax says stay. Ralph, I'm taking punch it to death. I'm taking as stay.
Sounds like it
It's
to
just
me.
a Scottish way of saying stay. Punch it to death. Someone's in the kitchen with dinner. Different ways of pronouncing that. Be Dina over here, probably Dinah in America. Hard choice, Piglet. Hard choice. Well, make one. Make a choice. Just commit yourself. We've got 7 saying stay, 3 saying hide under the covers. Ah, it's a line from an old folk song. And how did they pronounce it? Dinah, Dina, or dinner? I prefer dinner, because that's a good time of day. No, I would say Dina for that. But I'm saying Dinah. Right. I think a civilized glass of port. Dinah. Okay. Civilized glass of port. Taylor's late bottled vintage port. Oh, is that a wonky label? Is that just my eyesight wonky? Is that label wonky to you? Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Dibner. Yes. Those of you who've never heard of Frank Dibner, famous steeplejack on British TV. You know what a steeplejack is? Look him up on YouTube. Fred Dibner. Look up Fred Dibner on YouTube and look at what he did for a job. He basically climbed up the outside very tall chimneys to fix them.
Oh.
Very,
And
very tall.
then he ended up making a living of talking about trains and whatnot.
Father Aaron might take offence to me pretending to be a father. Oh, that's not Father Yogmus. Well, I am a father. I've got 2
I was
kids.
going to say, he's got 2 kids.
I've got 2 kids. They're not kids anymore. My lad will be 18 next week.
Wow.
My lad would be 18.
And that's it. No more kids. They're all adults now.
He was 14 when I started this channel. I'm just 14 when I started this channel. 18 next week. No kids anymore. 2 adults. That makes you feel old. That makes me feel very old. Right, we're staying. Being brave. I'm being 29.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I have quite a few friends whose kids are my age, but then your kids are younger than me, so that makes me feel old. I'm like, fuck, I'm 30. No more 20s now.
No, that's sensible adult.
He can legally get punk in Drublic.
Punkin Drub. Punkin Drub.
It's tired and I'm late.
Robert, you have an invite to come on the stream and recite the Steeplejack poem. Hi, Grim. Why was
Grimsy!
I was 30. How old was I when Holly? I was 33 when we had Holly. 32.
Oh.
32. 32 when we had Holly, and I was 35 when we had Jake.
You got married when you were 30, right?
Yeah.
So I gotta get a move on.
Christ, I was already divorced for 2 years.
I met Becky when I was 26. Around my 27th birthday. Okay.
Oh,
Your
hey, Doc.
Hello, Doc. Well, Halakar, that was my problem for a while. And then I met one that was thick-skinned enough to take me. My missus is a star. Right, your heart hammering against the cage of your ribs. You decide what to do next. Do you want to hide in one of the rooms downstairs or confront whoever is skulking about in the kitchen? Okay, we have an option. Enter the... hide in the sitting room, hide in the dining room, or enter the kitchen.
Confront.
Enter the kitchen.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's get our ass kicked right now. Enter the kitchen.
Speed run. Yeah, but the important thing, Grim, is if it's the same kind of mental. That way you get along.
And the awesome thing is, if you're both schizophrenic, then you meet a new person every day for both of you.
Yeah, exactly, Sax. You speed run death.
Bob says, women are like fine wine. You'd sooner have whiskey. I will say I'm not a whiskey. Daniel's a whiskey drinker. I'm not a whiskey drinker. Though I do have. I need to get into this a bit more because I bought that back from Canada, and then I had a few belly aches, and I thought it was down to having a few drinks, so I didn't drink for a month, 5 weeks ish, and I still get the belly aches. So I'm going back to drinking. Whiskey makes you frisky.
Maybe the alcohol will help fix your gut biome. A little bit.
Maybe. Well, we'll find out tonight, won't we? Because I'm having some port tonight. Right. We're going to the kitchen then. Everyone's voting for kitchen.
Unanimous.
Oh. I love you, but no.
As you enter the kitchen, you feel a cold gust of air and the back door slams shut. Something or someone was just in here. Your pulse starts to quicken once more. Will you open the back door in the hope of catching whoever was just in here? Or will you search the kitchen for clues as to who might have been here? Or do we go and hide under the covers?
There's a lot of hiding.
Yes, that was a bottle of sortilege that I brought back from Canada.
What is all that sound? Is that you, Joker?
No.
Dan?
Is that Dan?
No, not me.
It's not me.
Which
Someone's making
One
grind.
of you guys
someone's
can't
making,
hear that.
Yeah, I heard it.
someone's making grindy noises.
It's not me. I can hear it.
You may, I can hear it. More. If you couldn't hear the grindy noises, it's
You were the grindy noises.
you were the grindy noise, right? So we've got. What are you guys saying?
I'm gonna
Search.
go for the throw open the back door, see if we can see it or him or whatever.
Okay. So back door, search, or bed. Joker, back door, search, or bed.
Search.
Search. Daniel, back door, search, or bed.
Search.
Okay. Search, search. Search, and back door. Oh, I think search is winning here. We're on 7 searches now.
Yeah.
A couple of back doors and lots more searches. Okay. Right.
People in chat. Hello, everyone.
I know. Have you got something better to do tonight? You like to spend your Friday evening, Saturday morning in the case of Graham and Mercurius. But yeah,
And don't forget Seraphis.
and Seraphis will be lurking somewhere. Probably busy. Okay, search the kitchen. VO2. Although nothing on the kitchen counters or worktops appear to have been disturbed, there are scuff marks on the floor, smears of mud, and what looks like soot as well. Amongst all this mess, you find 2 distinct footprints, one made by a human foot, and the other a large hoof print like that of some cloven-footed creature.
Okay.
The sight unsettles you deeply, and your mind goes back to the thud you heard upon waking. When the clock in the hall chimed 13, you start to wonder if the interloper raided the kitchen cupboards and opened them to have a look. There's no sign that anyone rummaged through the cupboards, and the turkey is still in the refrigerator, along with the pigs in blankets ready to go in the oven in the morning. But the sight of all those packets of savoury snacks makes your mouth water. Do you want to help yourself to some of the snacks and have a midnight feast? Will you open the back door, or will we return to bed? It wants us to go back to bed. Snacks.
Back door.
Back door.
Snacks, back door, or bed. Hello, you're wrong. Things with hooves usually taste well. They do, yes. Bambi in the oven. Everyone wants a bit of back door now. Aye.
Yeah, back door
Yeah.
and bed. How about that?
Got a grandfather clock with its big donger, and now everybody choosing the back door.
You know what happens on Friday nights, John?
Yeah, I know.
Swing low.
You had some whiskey. Why doesn't that surprise me, Ralph? Are Scottish. This is the stereotype. You wanted to fight when there was no fight option, and now you're drinking whiskey. Could you get any more Scottish?
Is that a challenge?
They'll appear on stream now in a kilt. That's what they'll do. Oh, what you got there? No, it's chocolate. Piss off. Piss off with your chocolate.
It's Bailey's.
No, but it's chocolate. Go away. Chocolate poison.
Oh, he's wearing his kilt.
He's wearing his kilt. No, I'm having a chocolate-free Christmas because of my stomach.
Right. You're just going through like cycles of trying different things, trying to cut out different things so you could see what it is.
Yeah. Basically. I mean, milk. I already know milk causes problems. and I have
But
to have a
but
bit of
Bob,
milk.
whiskey and whiskey aren't the same.
Yeah, you've by spelling whiskey that way, Bob. You've had an Irish whiskey, whereas by Ralph spelling it his way, he's had a Scottish whiskey.
Because fuck you, that's why.
Yeah, well, I mean, for those who don't know, there is a difference in the spelling between Irish whiskey and
There's
Scottish.
EY and Y. And there is also a difference in the formula and how it's made.
Yes.
Yeah. Bob said auto-corrected to that. I haven't
Oh.
worded the autocorrect. I mean, you might offend some Scots with that.
There's a Canadian, an Irish, a Scots, and an American. There's that I know of 4 different types.
I used to work with a Scot, and he wouldn't touch Irish whiskey. Would not touch it.
Was he really like hoity-toity about it?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
John, honestly, I would have loved to have seen you slip him some Canadian whiskey. He may not have been able to accomplish it, but he probably would have tried to kick your ass.
I know he could have kicked my ass. This was long before my
Yeah.
judo. I was just a
You
fat
give
little-
anybody Canadian whiskey, and they will stomp you. That stuff is just rocked out.
So the standard spelling in Canada is whiskey without an E. Okay.
Yeah, that's the way it
Cigarettes
is.
and whiskey and wild, wild women. What? Cigarettes and whiskey.
Cigarettes.
Cigarettes and whiskey.
It all depends on the color of your skin, I guess.
Hey!
Is that like what happens when you're typing fast and you do the wrong double letter? Because I've done that before. Like, learn to spiel. Oh.
That's funny.
Okay. So we've chosen the back door this time. Okay.
That's what she
342. That's what she said, yeah.
Oh.
342. The soot on the handle of the back door too, where someone has opened it from the inside. Pulling open the door yourself, you peer out into the ice-cold night, half closing your eyes against the biting wind. Snow lies thick on the ground, blanketing everything in fuzzy white anonymity. The white is howling around the wind is howling about the eaves of the house and sending flurries of flakes rushing into your face. And then you hear the clanking of chains and glance upwards. Following the sound to its source, you catch a glimpse of something large and shadowy as it climbs onto the roof and disappears.
Bloody hell, whatever.
Your
this
heart
thing
is racing.
elusive.
Your heart is racing and your frantic breath clouding the air in front of you. You feel your blood quicken as your system is flooded with adrenaline, your body preparing itself to either fight or flee. But which is it to be? If you want to climb up the drain pipe and follow whatever it was that you just saw scramble onto the roof, let us know. Otherwise, we're going back to bed.
And the
or
drain
roof.
pipes are always a safe option.
Bed or roof. Bed or
Chase
roof.
it.
How wonderfully optimistic of you, Mr. Baker.
I've seen this movie. We're going to die. Roof. Maybe it'll be a fast fall to the pavement.
I'm interested because normally when they offer you a safety option like that so many times, it's because they're trying to warn you. But this is right at the start of the book, so I think it might be like a reverse psychology.
Possibly.
Darrow should
Good
go
evening, Jack.
back to bed, and there's a night hag laying in bed.
Isn't that every night?
That would be my mother-in-law, yeah.
Oh,
It's just here. I mean, at home for me, that is.
Well, that's the stag
Oh,
night gone
be-
wrong.
be nice, John. Come on, she's lovely.
She is, yes, she is.
You know,
She's out
he
at the moment.
said that. He said that in kind of a hushed tone, so she wouldn't hear him.
I also glanced over to make sure my hatch downstairs was closed as well.
Thanks, Andy. I'm going to check this out after the stream. He's just sent me a link to cigarettes, whiskey, and Wild Wild.
What was that? The song?
Yeah, it's a real song.
Yeah. It's done it. It was a song in the old musical days.
All right, save to watch later.
About 1950s. Cigarettes
So
and whiskey, you wow, wow, women.
Right. So we're going to go for the roof. 382. That's it, Ralph. Be
Whiskey,
optimist.
Wow, wow, women. Sorry, carry on, John.
No, I am carrying on. I'm carrying on. You continue with your singing thing.
No, don't listen to him. Don't.
The metal drain pipe is freezing to the touch, but despite this, you grab hold and use it to scale the side of the building as you head for the roof. Higher and higher, you climb into the snowy night. Take an endurance test. Let me just check. I believe it's 4d6 for the endurance test.
It would be, yeah, base 20.
I believe so. I'm just going to check. Oh, I forgot. I did forget to say. We have 3 special abilities. We have naughty or nice, which we could use 3 times.
Okay.
We've got 3 uses of that. And we've got the pen is mightier, which we've had before, haven't we?
That was, what book was that in?
Beowulf, I believe.
That was the one with like the imp or the gargoyle or something.
Was it not in Lone Wolf, or am I making that up?
It was either it was in one of the. It was one of the. I was going to say hello, time's up, but then I forgot that's Joker. Hello, Hungar. Long time no see. Long time no see. Hungar.
Hungar! How's it going, mate?
How are you doing? So we've got 3 uses of naughty or nice and 3 uses of the pen is mightier, but it'll tell us when we get a chance to do it. Right. It is 4d6. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll them dice. We've passed. It's the Dracula one. Ramblin' Jack Elliott. Never heard of him. Never heard of him.
3 wheels on my wagon.
Turn to 48.
I'm just rolling along.
You're into old time music and country and western, aren't you?
And of course, rock and roll.
And rock and roll, yeah. But yeah, old time music. Your Johnny Cash, your Jerry Lee Lewis, that sort of thing.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is, I found the Goons and found George Formby through my mum's mum, and I found Jerry Lee with one record that got me hooked for the rest of my life, and still is from my dad and everything else in between.
To be honest, I mean, I was brought up on a diet of rock and roll sort of music. My mom and dad, big fans of Eddie Cochran and Buddy Holly. My dad was a Beatles fan, but only early Beatles.
Oh, my dad had a big box with all their 45s in it.
So my dad didn't like any of the later Beatles stuff. He didn't do any
Yeah.
stuff. But he liked Blue Mink, 10cc. What are the bands was he into? He likes Johnny Cash as well. My mom is a big Dire Straits fan as well. She's been to see Mark Knopfler, the guitarist from Dire Straits, and his solo gig. He took
I know one song by them, and you can probably guess which one it is.
Money for
Money for
nothing.
nothing.
No, Sultans of Swing.
That's Sultans of Swing is a really, really good song.
I saw Steve Earle live once.
I've heard of him. I don't know his stuff. But
Copperhead Road.
if you want to check out some good Dire Straits, Money for Nothing has a classic riff. Romeo and Juliet is a glorious love song, and if Brothers in Arms doesn't make you go, oh.
You must have heard of Copperhead Road, John.
I've heard of Copperhead Road, yeah.
Yeah, that was Steve Earls. Copperhead Road.
Money for Nothing, yeah, great video.
I might have heard Money for Nothing.
You will have done. You will have done.
That was really
Yeah,
popular.
it was very popular.
Around 84.
It was 84, 85, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Stan?
Yeah, it was right before I moved from Johnstown. It was 84 would have been.
What did you mean? The world didn't exist before 1994. Nothing happened before 1994.
Sort of swing out system. I hated swing out system. I hated swing out system. They were an awful band. Hello, Finity the Timey-Wimey Limey. That's an interesting name.
Timey
It's all
Wimey is a
timey-wimey.
reference to something, right?
Well, the timey-wimey is definitely Doctor Who, but apart from that, I don't know. Wibbly wobbly timey-wimey is all David Tennant's
Yeah,
Doctor
yeah,
Who.
that was it. Yep.
Right.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
Yeah.
There was no pre-94.
You're not supposed to.
Not
admit it,
1894.
Listen, basically, Mark Knopfler, guitarist for Dire Straits, is one of the all-time greats.
Mm.
One of the, you like your guitar, Iman?
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, so my brother showed me Sultans of Swing and was like, "Yeah, this is one of the best guitar solos ever." And I was like, "Yep."
Yeah, he's quite good, isn't he? Quite good.
And also Mr. Slowhand himself
Eric Clapton.
and Willie Nelson.
You know how good Stevie Ray Vaughan was because Eric Clapton complimented him.
Hello, Small. Right, here we go. I'm going to read the next one. Shall we move on? We're up to 24 people in chat. Wow, this is a big busy Friday. Making it to the top of the drain pipe, you grab hold of the guttering and haul yourself onto the roof as the blizzard howls around you. And there, standing on the roof, is an ornately carved sleigh, painted a rich red and piled high with bulging sacks of presents, tethered behind a team of 8 fully grown reindeer. You can hardly believe your eyes. But as if the sleigh and reindeer weren't enough of a surprise, a tall, hunched figure, much of its form hidden by the fur-lined cloak it is wearing, is manhandling a large and squirming sack into the back of the sleigh. That done, it then jumps up into the driver's seat. You are facing the back of the sleigh, so the snorting, stamping reindeer and the sinister cloaked figure are as yet unaware of your presence. Taking up the reins, the figure tugs on them sharply and cracks the whip it is holding in its right hand. Startled, as one reindeer leaps forward and the sleigh starts to slide across the tiles towards the edge of the roof. Do you want to climb on board the sleigh before it takes off? Or do you think it'd be more sensible to go back down the drain pipe?
Oh, hell no. We're jumping on board.
Better judgment? What's that? Yeah, no, grab onto it.
Yeah. Ralph is still being stereotypically Scottish. Throw a roof slate at him.
Here, pick the fucking log, throw this at him.
Fucking lob it at him.
Hey, everyone's being brave in chat. Let's go.
Yeah. Scorn him right in the napper. I will learn how to do a Scottish accent one of these days. I will. I promise you. I promise you. I saw. I've just noticed. I missed a Halakar comment here. He pointed and shouted and called them by name. Strippers hate it when Santa shows up drunk. Grab it, yeah. Sleigh time, yeah. Okay, we're sleighing. Turn to 13.
Come on. Right, there he is.
As the sleigh moves towards the edge of the roof, its runners bumping over the tiles, you start to run, your slippers threatening to take your feet from under you. You nonetheless manage to catch up with the sleigh, just as the reindeer throw themselves into the teeth of the blizzard, and pull yourself up onto the tailboard as the vehicle leaves the roof,
Lay down.
hauling yourself on board. You slide down among the sacks that fill the huge sleigh, unseen by its sinister driver. But one of the sacks, which is larger than the rest, is wriggling as whoever or whatever is inside it struggles to get out. Do we untie the knotted cord that is keeping the sack closed, or do we rather not risk unleashing what may be lurking within? Untie or not?
Untie it.
He did, Saxius. He did. I noticed that too.
We haven't met Rudolph yet.
You laughing at Ralph?
Yeah.
Stop squirming!
Saxus, you've been drinking? Well, untie it, then hit it with a plank of wood.
I didn't actually say, yeah, untie.
Untie, okay. Untie. Everybody here is untying?
Yep.
Hi.
Zach, you talk about the youngsters, but look, you are young, as we've said before, Saxus, you are younger than you sound. You haven't.
What do you mean? He sounds younger than he actually is from some of the stuff he just said there.
Saxius isn't much older than you.
No, but people of our age don't say slay. It's
No,
like
but I mean his voice. His voice.
Oh, okay.
He's got an older voice. When I spoke before I knew what he looked like, I thought he was older.
You thought he was already a wise old owl.
Down and go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. We are untying. Yes, you speak with authority and confidence.
Especially when it comes to how much you want your players and characters to suffer.
Undoing the cord, you pull the sack open and are surprised to find yourself looking down into a softly lined face with rosy red cheeks, a curling white moustache, and a long white beard, and the oldest yet most dazzling diamond-sharp eyes you have ever seen. Father Crit! You begin, before the flustered face peering up at you shushes you into silence. Now is not the time for introductions, he says. He's clearly old, but his expression is one of the most powerful you have ever seen. It's Andy. Andy, you're in this book.
Andy, me and you have just met.
The Christmas Devil. Are we that again? I've been captured by Krampus, the Christmas Devil, he explains. And it looks like you're my only chance of getting out of here. My hands are tied, which is why I've been unable to free myself. You must get word to Jingle. He'll know what to do. Turn to 380. Oh, there's loads of art in the back. A sketchbook. It's preliminary sketches of some of the art that the artist has done for this book. I'll have to show you some of that. Turn to 380. Hearing a sudden snarl, you look up to see the driver leaving his seat at the front of the sleigh as he scrambles over the piles of sacks in an attempt to get his filthy claws on you. Make a note that your opponent has the initiative in the forthcoming battle and turn to 131. We're fighting.
They just kind of spoiled that, didn't it?
Do you mind? I resemble that remark. A bolt of lightning suddenly splits the sky, and the snowstorm asunder. I've read that really badly. Because he's put a comma in there. A bolt of lightning suddenly splits the sky, and the snowstorm asunder. I wouldn't put a comma after sky. Just at that moment, the other's hood falls back, revealing his horrible face for the first time. It is the demonic leer of some hideous amalgam of man and beast, with the caprine eyes of a goat, wolfish fangs, and long, curling horns. A prehensile tongue whips from the creature's mouth, moving as if with a life of its own, and a guttural cackle rises from the devil's throat. What do we have here? A devious spy? Well, Krampus says it's your time to die. And with that, the fiend makes a grab for you. How do you respond? Do we use the pen is mightier? Do we use naughty or nice? Or do we fight back?
Does it tell us what either of those things do?
Nope.
Well, that's...
There we go. There we go. We have some artwork. Devil horns. Claws. And
Ralph!
reindeer's
You're on one
arses.
today.
Look. Reindeer's arses.
Oh, yeah, that's what we all want to see.
That's all you want to see? Yes, yes.
Very muscular, though.
Yes.
Did you see
Well,
Ralph's
wouldn't-
comment?
Wouldn't you be if you had to travel around the earth in a matter of days?
Sorry, they fly.
Dad, what are you doing driving the sleigh? Then Halakar hit him with that plank we brought along. And then we've got Straw Piglet, penis naughtier instead of pen is mightier. Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, he's not wrong. It is a statement, and he's not wrong.
Yeah.
I'm curious what the powers do, but I'm going
I'm
to say
not telling
naughty
you.
or nice.
You don't say naughty but nice. Okay,
Mhm.
Joker.
Meh, fight.
Fight. Daniel.
Pen.
Pen.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Okay. Let's have a little look. Jingle and Jangle were the two elves in the year without a Santa Claus.
Halakar, do you remember which book it was? Because I'm trying to rack my brain. I can't remember which one it is. I thought it was Lone Wolf, but I couldn't.
Are all of you familiar with the fact that that the world had a year without a summer in 1816?
What?
Well, I'm just giving you a bit of nerdy knowledge. It says here, Jingle and Jangle were the two elves in the year without a Santa Claus. So we had a year without a Santa Claus. Probably a book.
It
film.
was the Dracula book. Thank you.
But we had a year without a summer in 1816 due to a
What,
volcanic
genuinely?
eruption. Yes, due to a
As in-
volcanic eruption. Yeah,
You mean the UK?
the northern hemisphere.
Oh, the entire Northern Hemisphere. Oh,
Yeah.
God, okay.
There was it Krakatoa that did that?
I think it was Mount Tambora.
Okay. I
It's
can't
the
remember
biggest-
my timeline.
The biggest volcanic, it's believed to have been the biggest volcanic explosion the Earth has experienced in the last 200 or so years.
I got it.
As far as I know.
Because he is.
Krakatoa was 1883
Okay.
and was about, after Mount Pinatubo, temperatures dropped almost 2 degrees in worldwide in one. Okay.
Can
Mount
Was that-
Pinatubo, that was in the 1990. Yeah.
He's always so
And Mount Pinatubo was much smaller than Tambora. Tambora was about 3 or 4 times the size of Krakatoa. From what I know.
What? So it was just like a big volcanic ash cloud that just covered the entire Northern Hemisphere?
It was, yeah.
Bloody hell.
Okay, so Straw Piglet. Who's making funny noises?
I know, right?
Not me.
Daniel's making funny noises.
No, that would be my cat.
Is that the cat?
That's it. Blame the pussy.
Yeah.
That sounded like a human.
Oh, he's a total asshole, believe me.
So Jeb has said Halakar wants to fight. I think. I don't know what people want because people are just.
Are we tallying?
I'm trying to tally, but people aren't answering. I'm trying to say, right, answer pen, naughty, or fight, and people are just answering all sorts of bullshit. It's
I see 6 pen in chat.
okay.
I don't know how many of us voted for pen, but I voted for naughty or nice.
Okay.
See 1. So that's 2 naughty and nice, 3 naughty and nice, 7 pen, 8 pen.
Yeah, pen.
So pen, I think it is.
Yeah.
No fight.
Yes, Andy. Krakatoa was the loudest sound to have been recorded by man.
Yeah, I've read a lot about it, but of course I've forgotten damn near everything. But they heard it like over 1,000 miles away.
Oh yeah.
No, Ralph, by all means, carry on the BS. It's great.
Yeah. Do the silliness. Just the only ones I want people to be sensible about is when I say vote, and I give you a word. And so if I say vote pen, naughty, or fight, I can then just go down and go pen, naughty, pen, naughty. And it's easy. It's easier that way. But they're all misbehaving because it's Christmas and they're all excited. They're going to get toys.
I think Ralph needs his own Nightbot message now.
He does, yeah. There's a few. I need to update Nightbot.
You need to make it something like, "Are you wearing your kilt?"
Yeah, I believe I still don't have one.
I haven't. You'll be glad to know I haven't got a kilt. But then I'm not Scottish, so I don't need one.
And then, yeah, I think you'd be too cold for one anyway.
It would be, yeah.
It would.
Plus,
never
the wife would
suit
ask
me.
questions. The wife would ask questions.
What do
It
you
wouldn't
need
suit-
ventilations in your new toy? In your driving rig, wear a kilt for ventilation.
Oh, I had an email. Yep, email yesterday. Today, my driving rig arrives tomorrow. That's the seat and everything. My pedals have arrived. Oh, on Christmas Day, I'm going to be such a driving nerd.
That's funny.
In other words, we won't hear from him till New Year.
Oh, you probably will. You'll hear me. I'll log on to Discord. All you hear is like, brum, brum, brum. Okay, so we're going with the pen. The penis is the penis is mightier. You pull hard on the reins and the sleigh slews sideways. He likes his alliterations. Sending the devil sliding out of the driver's seat. Your actions would have had him slide out of the sleigh completely if it wasn't for the fact that he has managed to grab hold of a carved lantern mount. Cross off one use of the pen is mightier and then turn to 11.
What did we do? Stab him with a pen?
We did something.
With a snapping of wood and a shearing of metal, the sleigh slams into the ground, and you and the sinister creature are violently thrown out by the force of the impact. Now we have an option, naughty or nice, or just go to the next one. So, naughty or nice, or no.
I want to see what it does, but I feel like using another power will be redundant, so just carry on.
Okay. Straw Piglet wants to be naughty. What I want to know is whether any of those who are on, whether Saxius has watched a Carry On film since Wednesday. He lives in the UK and he's never seen a Carry On film.
What?
What do you mean by carry-on film?
Have you never seen a Carry On film?
What the fuck are you talking about?
You've never seen the Carry On series of films?
No.
Comedy at its best.
Oh, there's Sarah Fizz. Hello.
Oh, matron.
Thank you. Well, you know what? Like, I stopped watching movies after I left university. Pretty much. All right, okay. You're gonna catch flies if you keep your mouth open any longer.
No, I mean, the last Carry On one they done was the poor excuse to try and get as many of the original ones back, and that was Carry On Columbus.
The only Carry On I know is Carry On My Wayward Son.
No, Iman, Carry On Up the Khyber might. No, I think it isn't the most politically correct of films.
Do you know me?
But it's Frankie Howard at his best.
Yeah. It's set in the Khyber Pass, which is between Pakistan and Afghanistan, I believe, or India and Afghanistan, somewhere there.
Some of those, yeah.
Yeah.
And Terry Jones as Tarzan. One,
It is quite
2,
dated.
3, 4, 5, 6.
There are no politically correct Carry On films. No, you're correct. You're right there.
And Barbara Windsor loses her bra in camping.
So, are we voting for naughty but nice, or are we choosing not to?
No.
No.
I say no.
No.
Okay, so I have no's from the panel, and I have 1 no and 1 naughty from chat. Nobody else has voted. Back with the carry-ons again. Yes. Doesn't matter, just vote, Straw. You don't have to understand it. Jeb, they're repeated on TV all the time. Well, certain ones are. Carry On Cruising, Carry On Camping. There are a few that might not be repeated nowadays because of people dressing up in certain culturally dodgy ways. Straw, you voted naughty, didn't you? Yeah, you voted naughty. But hey ho. They were all
Straw's like, why are you shouting at me? I already voted.
Squirrel wants to be naughty.
Do both squirrels or just one? What did Grim say? Did she say? I don't know. Grim, did you
Carry
vote?
On Girls, Carry On Matron, and Carry On Nurse. Yeah, there is some nudity. Well, it's sort of like quick, tiny flash of boob. You don't quite see nipple. That sort of thing. Yeah, that's that sort of nudity. And lots of bottoms and stocking tops and things like that. There's tons of that.
I think the nearest one you got away with possibly not covering up in time was when Barbara Windsor was sunbathing on the hospital roof.
Yeah, there's those sort of ones. You get a lot of side boob. There's no pen on this one, Grim Squirrel. It's naughty or nothing.
Yeah.
Most people are voting for nothing. This one.
Oh, I hear something being poured.
I would be making, sorry, I'm feeling a little cheap tonight, so I'm just doing a rum and coke instead of a Jack and Coke.
Grim Squirrel wants to be naughty, so we're on 5 use nothing and 3 use naughty. The question is, do you want to use naughty but nice, or do you want to use nothing and just let the adventure continue?
Right.
That's the question. 5 nothing, because we will just use the pen is mightier, and 3 have gone for now let's use a naughty.
All right, I'm going to warn everybody now. I'm about to put a flea collar on my cat. So, yeah,
Uh-oh.
yeah, it might get a little noisy.
Oh, that went on easy enough. Oh, good kitty.
Oh, man.
Oh, meow, 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 meow. Heard that.
Yeah.
Meow, 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 meow. We've got 3 shots of each power. He's vocal,
That's-
isn't he?
It's amazing how much it sounds like a human.
Oh, he is pissed.
Are his claws out?
His front, yes.
Meow. 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 I'm talking to your cat. Answer me. Meow.
There you go.
Lovely pork and black pudding Scotch egg for dinner. Ah.
The only thing that sounds good about that is the egg.
I don't eat much egg. Pork, sausage and black pudding sandwich. Oh, cardiac arrest in a sandwich. Right. We're going with
Black-
I think.
is- Is black pudding like blood pudding?
Yes, same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. If not, turn to 155.
You want to speed run coronary heart disease? Add bacon to it.
Big dollop of brown sauce. Oh. Okay, roll a d6. Okay, right, we're going to roll a d6. 1. Well, the number rolled is odd. Turn to 195. Ooh, see some good artwork. There is some good artwork in this book. Your body slams into the ground and you lie there stunned. It feels like every part of you is hurting. Roll a d6 and add 1.
Oh,
Okay. Deduct this many endurance points.
I had a
If you
feeling
lose
that's what it was.
4 endurance points or more, also deduct 1 combat and 1 agility point.
Oh,
Bugger. Now turn to 215. How very apt. Now that Dan's not here,
Just look at that picture.
oh,
I've just skipped onto that picture randomly.
demonic cat. As you pick, it's on the next page though. So, as you pick yourself up, brushing the snow from your dressing gown, you hear the diabolical monster bellowing at the reindeer, urging them to get up. Before you can do anything to stop it, the creature climbs back into the driver's seat. One crack of the devil's whip sends the reindeer galloping into the sky again, dragging the battered sleigh after them and leaving you all alone in the snowy wilderness with no idea of where you are or how to get home. You are in the depths of a forest. Snow covers the ground and the trees and continues to fall from the sky, muffling all sound apart from the crunch of the stuff under your feet. What you wouldn't do for a pair of snow boots right now. Do we have the word cozy recorded on our adventure sheet? No. Turn to 384.
so it's got
I think
code
we
words
left
as
our
well.
house too quick. I think we left our house too quickly at the start. I think we should have gone into the dining room or the living room or something before investigating the noise.
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah, I have a feeling we might have missed a bit out by being too hasty chasing the noise. It is bitterly cold, and despite pulling the collar of your dressing gown up against the wind, soon your teeth are chattering and your whole body is shivering. Deduct 2 more endurance points and 1 more agility and 1 more combat.
Oh my god, is this how we die?
We've stuffed this up, haven't we? We've stuffed this up now. If you're still alive, record the code word cold on your answer sheet.
Of course.
Okay. But it's cold with a K.
Of course. But I also feel like if we'd have rolled it even on the first die roll, that we might have stayed on the sleigh.
Yeah. But I think even getting as far as that 50-50 roll is a bit of a problem.
Mm.
Although you are aware of your immediate location, you have no idea where that is in relation to your home. The night sky, thick with wintry clouds, you cannot even locate north, but not knowing what else to do, you set off regardless, trudging through the snow. And then a light appears through the darkness. Drawn to the light like a moth to a candle flame, you soon find yourself before a single-story hovel. Thick smoke rises from a stone-built chimney. The rest of the building is constructed from wood, with a layer of haphazard thatch on the roof. Do we knock on the door in the hope of finding shelter from the night, or do we keep trudging through the snow, heading in what we think is roughly the same direction as the sleigh went? Knock on the door, or trudge? Knock or trudge?
Knock on door.
I'm beating on the door like a UPS man that needs his COD.
Knock on wood.
Thunder, lightning. Baby. Knock with be careful. There's not the option to be careful.
That's the difference between choose your own adventure books and TTRPGs. You can't do exactly what you want to do. You have to do something close to it.
Let's do something close. Demand lodging for the evening. Is that what you do in Scotland? You go to a stranger's house and go, "Oh, I'm cold. Can I sleep on your floor?" And then they reply with a hoof to your nuts and tell you to fuck off. Is my picture of the Scots completely coloured by Rapsy Nesbitt, the TV show?
Probably.
From the 90s, wasn't it? Rapsy Nesbitt. Yeah, what do you think? Not in Glasgow. No. The door is opened by a burly man with muscular arms and a thick black beard. He's wearing a sturdy leather apron, and what clothes of his that are visible, along with his hands and face, are black with soot. Catching sight of the ruddy glow coming from the forge at the back of the hovel, you realise he must be a blacksmith. Well, they are. What you see in EastEnders is real.
Yeah, every bald guy is exactly like Phil Mitchell.
I haven't watched EastEnders for 35 years. So, yeah.
My mum watches Coronation Street.
I haven't watched that for 25 years. When he sees you standing there, he looks up and looks you up and down in surprise, his gaze lingering on your slippered feet. Then, as if suddenly remembering himself, he ushers you inside and shuts the door. You look like you're about to catch your death, he says. Come, warm yourself by the fire. If you have the code word cold recorded on your adventure sheet, turn to 22.
Literally.
It's wonderfully warm inside the forge, and the heat is already starting to chase the cold from your bones. Restore 1 combat point and 1 agility point, and then turn to 42.
Oh,
What a nice man.
that's some back.
Yes. No, that's just in your dreams, Andy, or on your in your internet browser history. Here says that. God, get the voice on, John. Here, says the blacksmith, limping over to a cooking pot hung over the fire. He ladles some broth into a wooden bowl before passing it to you along with a spoon. It'll warm you from the inside out. You don't need to be told twice, and you gulp down the steaming soup. It is very nourishing and full of root vegetables. Gain 4 endurance points.
Nice.
Yep, got any food, buddy? Aye. I've got deep-fried Mars bar.
Oh yeah.
I'm tempted to try one of those.
It's
Now
a
he
way
says-
to speed run diabetes.
Now, he says, as you pass the bowl back to him, tell me what brings you here on a freezing Christmas Eve such as this. Feeling you have nothing to lose, you relate the bizarre series of events that have brought you to this place at this time. You are barely able to believe them yourself. When you share your story with the blacksmith, it all seems so fanciful, like a twisted fairy tale. When you are done telling your story, the blacksmith fixes you with eyes that shine like obsidian. It sounds like you fell foul of Krampus, he says. And like it as not, you're not the only one. He shouldn't be out and about on Christmas Eve, but if he is, then the big man himself could be in trouble. Don't worry, you tell the blacksmith. I'm determined to stop Krampus and save Christmas. I would go with you, the blacksmith says. If it wasn't for this, he indicates his withered leg. But I might be able to offer my aid in another way. Do we have a silver sword? No, we don't. Turn to 101.
We've got nothing.
No, we've got an out. $102.
I've got a bottle of the finest iron brew chilling in the fridge, Ralph.
Speaking of drink, I'm gonna have some sortilege.
I was going to say earlier, you could tell you haven't drank for a while because you were messing up your words for a sec there.
Bloody Adam.
It's good though. Cheaper way to get drunk.
What the fuck?
Bloody Adam, small port. I mess up my words when I get excited.
Also, yes.
These polar climbs are a hazard to any traveller, and not just because of the cold, the blacksmith says. How do you intend to defend yourself should you run into any opposition? I have my wits, you say. They've got me this far. What you really need is a weapon, the blacksmith says. For those times when you cannot beat your foes by brains alone. Here, take this. He offers you the axe he clearly uses to chop the wood for the fire. You say, pardon me. Who was that?
That was me.
Yes, thought it might be Joker.
I was on mute, so it weren't me.
No, I saw that. Daniel's not here. Too much fizzy pop, Joker.
Yeah, possibly.
Possibly, yes.
Where are your
We've got a
bloody manners?
We've got a blacksmith's axe. He's given us an axe, and it gives us +1 to our combat rating.
And then we're going to go back to Krampus and say, can I ask you a question?
No, we're not. No, we're really not. We're really, really not. Great. That pronunciation of ask grates on me. I know it's a cultural thing, but it grates on me.
It annoys me as well.
Suddenly there comes a knock at the door, startling you. Who's there? Demands the blacksmith, getting to his feet. Turn to 252. Oh, you're tired. Hey. He pulls open the door. Standing there is a beautiful young woman, a shawl pulled tight under her chin and held in place by one ice-blue hand. Following the blacksmith's horrified gaze, the woman takes a step over the threshold. You see that under her skirts, rather than feet, she has the cloven hooves of a goat. "Begone, deceiver!" the blacksmith cries, grabbing a pair of red-hot iron tongs from the forge. Catching the demon's nose between glowing pincers, he drags her, kicking and screaming outside. Suddenly, shedding her clothes, she unfurls wings as broad and black as a dragon's, and escaping the blacksmith's hold, takes to the air, still howling in pain as she flies away into the night. Record the code word "cruel" on your adventure sheet. Okay. Yes, Andy. Yes. This is a told you so moment. Yeah. Told you so. I know. I did. There's no time for delay. You're sure the succubus is on her way to alert your quarry to your progress. Your destination lies to the north, beyond the mountains, the blacksmith tells you. But betwixt here and there lies a forest and a frozen lake. It will be up to you to decide which path to follow, but both will ultimately bring you to the river of ice that marks the path through the mountains. Good luck. Thanking the blacksmith for his help, you set off into the night, heading north as directed. Heading to the North Pole, chaps. Oi. A little bit of a yawn on. It's this work thing. Let's get into it. Tis going a little jeepers creepers. Where'd you get those peepers? Peep show, creep show. Where did you get those eyes? Name that song. Name the band. Anybody? Jeepers peepers. Jeepers weepers. Where did you get those peepers? Peep show, creep show. Where did you get those eyes? Anyone can name the song? I'll be very impressed. Yes, Andy. As you follow a path between two pine... It's not an ancient song, no. As you follow a path between two pine-clad ridges, the wind suddenly drops, and you see a wintry wonderland laid out before you, illuminated by the monochrome light of the now visible moon. The horizon is dominated by the jagged teeth of icy mountain, the tongue of a great glacier, choking a path between them. But before the mountains, to your right, lies a dark expanse of woodland, the brooding pines spreading almost as far as the black peaks, while to your left, at the other end of the valley that has been turned utterly white by the ever-present snow, you can see a frozen lake, and beyond that, rising from craggy foothills, an ice-clad castle. The first line is, I think so, yes. Do you want to continue through the forest, or do we make our way along the valley towards the ice lake? Forest or lake? Forest or lake?
Forest.
The song I quoted, by the way, was called Peep Show and was by Susie at the Banshees. Of the excellent album Peekaboo. It's also got the Killing Jar on it and the Scarecrow. Lots of people saying forest. Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6. Daniel's Joker's on mute. Everyone's on mute. So
I'm here.
you are.
Like.
You got like. Okay, like. I guess there's no Susie and the Banshee fans in chat. I'm disappointed in you. I am disappointed. you allowed to disappoint me? Straw Piglet bought me a Christmas present. He bought Nitro for my channel. I didn't realise I had to unwrap it as a present. I thought it just automatically happened. It would have expired in 8 hours from now. Oops, sorry, I didn't realise that.
All right, sorry, I'm back.
Thank you, Straw.
My daughter stopped in. She got out of work. She stopped in before she went over to her mother.
I think my daughter's gone football training tonight, and I think my wife's gone with her, and they tend to stay at the football club afterwards for a drink. So that's where they are tonight. My son is in his room on the YouTubes or playing FIFA or something, or Red Dead Redemption, something like that.
I guess somebody at my daughter's work cut part of their finger off on the meat slicer back in the deli. And then his mother came in and got all pissed off, and the manager, the mom threatened the manager, and then the dad came in, and the manager said, "If your wife ever talks to me like that again, I'll knock her flat on her ass in the front of my store."
Oh,
It's the major grocery store in town, so
yeah.
I guess it was quite the scene.
Oh yes. Oh yes. So something's happening in Emporium tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That'll be in the local Emporium paper tomorrow.
That'll be on Wednesday. We get a paper once a week.
Oh right, okay.
Just once a week, you're allowed to see if you're famous or not.
Infamous in my case.
Yes.
All right. So we're going forestwards.
Yep, that works. I guess. I don't know.
No, you won't. Here.
Nobody wanted the lake.
No, Straw Piglet said something watery. So. Trees envelop you in pine-scented darkness. The moon disappears from sight, hidden by the snow-clad branches, and soon you have no idea which way you're heading through the forest. You could be going round in circles for all you know. And then you enter a moonlit clearing and spy a red-breasted robin hopping about the snow. It twitters at you and then takes off, disappearing between the evergreens. Do we try to follow the robin, or do we trust our own instincts and struggle on alone? Robin or alone?
Yeah, trust
Let's
the Robin.
go after Batman.
Follow the Robin.
Yeah, go Batman.
Robin or alone?
Pretty little thing, diverse orientation. Let's go follow the Robin.
Ralph is still banging on about his plank of wood.
Oh, that's another good little comedy skit to watch.
The plank.
Yeah,
Eric Sykes.
and Tommy Cooper. Yeah,
It's more than a sketch, though. It was a 30
Yeah.
minute like a silent comedy show.
yeah.
I know Tommy Cooper. Not personally, of course, but yeah, I know of him.
If you ever
Eric-
look up The Plank on YouTube, if you find it on YouTube, it's a quality. It's an old English silent comedy from the 70s.
Right.
There's a few comedy legends in that.
You go, ah, yes.
I think Harry H. Corbett's got a small role in that as well. I think. Or is that the other
Harris
one?
Spikes and Tommy Cooper. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it for a long time, so I think I'm going to look that up tomorrow.
Freaking hell.
What's the other one? They done two, didn't they? The Plank, and what was the other one Sykes did?
I'm going to look this. I'm going to look these up because it's been Eric Sykes was I used to love him when I was a kid.
I mean, for somebody that's tone deaf, he's an absolute genius.
Right. So we are following the Robin. Ooh, more good artwork. Where's Manfred? He likes his art. Rather than try to get away from you, the robin alights on a branch and waits for you to catch up before taking off again. Continuing in this way, it leads you to a hollow, within which stands the most curious cottage you have ever seen.
With a witch outside.
It looks like the sort of edible ornament you have out on the sideboard during the Christmas period, since it appears to be made entirely of gingerbread. From its sugarwork windows to the piped icing decorating the windowsills and door frame, the entire edifice appears to be edible. The entire edifice appears to be edible. Again, he's doing these alliterations. Even the snow dusting its roof looks like a sprinkling of icing sugar, but curiously there is smoke rising from its gingerbread chimney. The robin hops about on the ground in front of the cottage, chirruping frantically and flapping its wings furiously. But what is it trying to tell you? Do you taste a bit of the gingerbread? Do you try the door? Or do you leave the cottage in the clearing and continue? Eat, door, or leave?
I don't trust it.
Eat, door, or leave?
Of course he wants you to eat it, but we...
Eat, door, or leave, chaps. Make a decision.
Door!
Door.
I'm leaving.
Leave it. Door. Another door. This is a side quest. Leave.
Yeah, I mean, Eric Sykes was absolute tone deaf, and what he done in Sykes is unbelievable.
I'm tone deaf. Grimscroll says leave. Robert says leave. Mr. Baker says door. Bob says door. Andy says door. Ralph says rip a gingerbread plank from the door.
Well, since we referred to slow hand earlier, I'm going to say we knock on heaven's door.
Knocking on heaven's door.
Was that a Clapton song?
Yes.
Was it not Bob Dylan's?
I thought it was Bob Dylan originally.
Yeah.
Bob Dylan originally, but I mean, Clapton might have covered it. A lot of people.
Because I know Guns N' Roses did cover.
I was going to say everybody covered it in the end.
Wonderful Tonight was an awesome song, too.
Was, yes. One of the sickest.
Bob Dylan, yeah, thanks.
One of I run pub quizzes.
No.
And occasionally we have some team names that make me go, ooh, or ouch. For example, when George Harrison was diagnosed, from the Beatles, was diagnosed with cancer, there was a team that called themselves, When I'm 64, haha, not likely, George.
Oh.
Ouch, indeed. Possibly the worst quiz name I ever heard was the week after Eric Clapton's son died falling from a tower block. Now, he wrote Tears in Heaven for his son as a result of that. The Clapton song Tears in Heaven.
Yeah, I knew that, yeah.
A team the next week called themselves the Fall and Rise of Connor Clapton.
Oh my fucking God.
Yes, this is the British sense of humour.
It's clever, but it's just, that's a bit too far, isn't it?
Yes, occasionally it does go too far. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
They're lucky they didn't get any backlash off Clapton.
Grimsy,
Why?
I don't know if it'll be finished in a year or 10 years, but I'm writing my own Choose Your Own Adventure book. I'll get John to run it on the channel so you can all laugh at how shit it is.
Right, the door has won. Yeah, the door has won. Right, okay. 366.
B-52.
I've been playing Crusader Kings 3 recently, Ralph, and I'm playing as the Irish. It's an easy start point that it gives you to learn the game. I've tried to have a fight with the Scots, and I get my ass kicked every time.
Good. Ralph is like, fucking good.
Yeah. Yeah, English humour can be quite dark sometimes. Dark.
We're not allowed to be British anymore.
Yes. Yes. I mean, Seraphis is an Aussie. Aussies have dark humour as well. Very dark at times.
I would say theirs is darker than ours.
Possibly.
Unfortunately, the British can't be British anymore.
Try being
Yeah.
American.
What do you mean by that?
There's quite a few comedians who've sort of been shuffled off, aren't there? But some of them have passed their sell-by date, to be honest.
Okay.
But a few have been sort of just shuffled off. Yeah. I mean,
Just shoved quietly into a corner.
and sadly, I mean, I will say, Ralph, Billy Connolly is one of my favourite comedians of all time, and it's sad what's happened to him. I thought he was brilliant in his heyday. Jimmy Carr's dark. Jimmy Carr's very dark.
Oh, right, yeah, that dude with that fucking laugh.
Yeah. He's very, very dark.
Mm. But then
I bet
everyone
he
just
knows
laughs
how- he
because
knows
he
how
does
to
his
write
laugh.
that line and escape it.
Right, are we going for the door or what?
Going for the door, yes. Turning a door handle that looks like an iced donut, you open the door and enter the cottage. Frankie Boyle used to be dark, but he's now. Despite what his exterior might have led you to believe, inside it appears to be a normal cottage. With wooden floorboards, walls made of interlocking pine planks, and a stone-built chimney breast.
Search for traps.
I like Jimmy Carr, Andy. I think he's funny.
Not
I
playing
do.
OSE, Joker.
Warming on a black iron stove is a saucepan containing a dark red liquid that fills the air with a heady smell of wine, cloves, nutmeg, and orange zest. Facing the fire is a rocking chair, and next to that stands a small table. Lying on top of it is a large book and an open handwritten letter. It's clear that whoever lives here is not at home at present, but also looks like they've only popped out for a moment and could return at any time. Do you want to sample some of the mulled wine warming on the stove, read the letter, take a look at the book, or leave the cottage? So we have the
Oh,
wine,
no, screw it. I'm going for the wine.
book, letter, or leave. You're going for the wine.
Yep.
Read the note that it says
Is
back
there,
in 5
is there any
minutes.
like cookies or gingerbread or anything to have with the wine? If I'm gonna go out, I want to go out proper.
So,
Maybe a little bit of Stalin.
Yeah.
Iman and Joker, I need your answers.
Read the book.
Can
No,
we
check the
read the
letter.
book while we have some wine?
Letter. Okay. Let's have a look.
That's what I would do in real life. Cool, we got some mulled wine and we got a book to read. I'll sit
Yeah,
down.
and in
have
real
a
life, you'd have just
napkin.
stayed in bed, let's be honest. This book would have happened.
Letter.
I would
Lots of
too.
letter, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4 books. 1, 2, 3, 4 books.
So that's 5 book, 3 letter, 1 wine. No, 2 wine.
2 wine, yeah. Any
Come
more
on,
votes?
people, help me out. Have some wine with me.
Have some sortilege with me.
There you go.
Read the book with a good slice of Scotland.
Hey, yep. Some cheese and wine and a book. Sounds like a good evening.
I'm still looking at chat to see if any more answers are coming in.
I'm not seeing any either.
I've got to keep an eye on the time as well tonight because I've got work in the morning. So we've got 15 minutes left. Had some really good numbers on tonight's stream, chat. Really good numbers.
You got 16 likes.
16 likes. Super duper.
And just to summon the last few who haven't liked it.
Yes. Yes, do a demi-lich.
I think I did. I'm sorry if I didn't.
Okay, no more votes. If there's no more votes, we are going with a book. Yours,
Okay.
Refresh the screen, Ralph. Refresh the screen. Hello, Slan, you're back.
Clan, how you doing?
Book it is. Book.
Have a look at the book.
Take a look at the book. A look at the book.
It's all in the book.
Or as they say in Liverpool, have a look at the book.
A look.
Yeah,
A look in the book. A look at the book. Which, when you say Luke, Luke is sort of...
It's a northern thing.
It's northern, yeah. Luke. Oh, Luke.
My year 5 school teacher used to say Luke.
Have to
yeah, you
look-
gotta pull,
have a
you gotta
look at
pull your
book.
throat to say it.
Have a look at book.
Because my science teacher used to say you have to have the liking for the lichens.
I like it, I like it.
Yeah, that's a total dad joke right there. We all wanted
Oh,
a
yeah,
funky.
yeah, yeah. It's the
No
daddy.
likey, no lady.
Yeah, I studied lichens in year 12, so that was kind of cool.
Oh, no worries, Slan. You're lurky old Slan tonight. Opening the cracked leather tome, you discover it's a book of imps and demons. Scanning its
Oh.
table of contents, 4 subjects leap out at you. Do you want to read about? Okay. Imps. Krampus the Christmas Devil.
Might be a
Snow
good option.
Sprites. Or the Yule Cat.
Krampus.
Yeah,
Krampus.
This
Krampus.
is probably going to be the best pair.
So the 3 votes for Krampus here. Imps, Krampus, Snow Sprites, or the Yule Cat. Mr. Baker. Lurky Piglet. Straw Lurky. Krampus is winning. There's a few votes for Yule Cat.
I don't know if Saxius is still here. He might be lurking, but in the Scandinavian countries, do they pronounce it Yule?
Um,
I'm asking him because he'll know better than me.
yeah, yeah. Well, you can't pronounce Vassen, though, can it?
So Slan's living up to his moniker as Silent Old Slan today.
Yes.
That's funny.
I know. I like how Daniel has adopted the name Nunzacool. All I was doing was trolling him by changing one letter in his name.
Well, apparently you got into my Pornhub account and saw what I look up. so I couldn't change it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I need to do that bit of trolling again, where I go into people's accounts and
I thought about changing the back.
their name.
I
What
thought
word?
about changing the back, but I like it.
I
Gin-
changed
the ironic
Gingerbeard.
thing is,
Gingerbeard has become Gingerbard. He was Gingerbread for a while as well.
I
Well,
went to Catholic school for 8 years.
Wasn't he Ginzacool for a moment in time?
Daniel was Ginzacool instead of Gunzacool.
Ginzacool, yeah.
Yes.
And that's where I learned how to drink at 6 in the morning, is because if you got to morning mass before the priest, you could chug some wine before you had to go back to school.
Ah.
So nuns are cool. Nuns are cool is fine. I thought that was funny when you switched it over. It really it works on so many levels. The fact when you did it to that, I'm like, that's appropriate. I'll allow that.
It's my sense. It's my sad sense of humor.
Funny thing is, you're really funny and you didn't even know it.
No, I'm not.
No, that was hilarious. When I saw that, I actually giggled my ass off. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I'll let it go. So yeah.
Thank you, Daniel.
If you knew how many nuns spanked my ass.
I don't want to know too much information already.
And on that note,
Your cat eats people who haven't received new clothes.
did we get tally on this, or?
Yeah, we did. Krampus won by miles.
Okay. Now that we got to go to Tally, we're going to go to Father. And no, Father did not spank my Tally.
Anyway.
I think this might have to be the last one, because this is a very long one. Hey, said the bishop to the nun, or whatever.
All right. Is anybody here tonight going to play tomorrow morning?
Go to what? Go to play tomorrow.
It'd
Mate,
be
I have
early
no
session.
idea what Saturday morning is.
It'd be
Well,
like
it's afternoon our time.
9 a.m. my time, 1 a.m. British time.
I don't know about tomorrow's session because obviously I'm at work again.
Well, no, because after tonight's game, I was going to put something quick together if people are going to show up.
Do it. I mean, all I can say is, Dan, I would appreciate if you put something together, it just in case there is a game. Fantastic.
Okay, I'll plan on doing that. It's not going to be anything special, but I'll do a one shot or something like that. So yeah, cool.
There we go. Daniel has offered to run the game tomorrow, so I'm assuming. I mean, Gene, if he's available, will probably turn up at 2:00.
Oh, I'd love that, but I'll have something that way. Don't get me wrong. I love it when we just sit around and bullshit, but
Yeah, that's been
gaming
like a
is
couple of weeks.
a lot of fun also. So
I'm going to be at work again tomorrow afternoon, and I don't know. I mean, tomorrow is probably going to be a busy day. Last Saturday before Christmas, so we'll see.
Yeah.
oh
before
yeah,
Christmas.
yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to read. As you flick through the pages of the book, it falls open where a bookmark has been placed, opposite a grotesque woodcut of a grinning demon carrying a basket on its back. Opposite a grotesque woodcut of a grinning demon carrying a basket on its back is the entry that describes Krampus, the Christmas devil. It pauses in the right place. And then in an interesting font, Krampus, the Christmas devil. It is easy to forget that while Santa Claus delivers gifts to well-behaved little boys and girls during the festive period, bad little boys and girls face punishment from Krampus, the Christmas devil. But in the wild heartlands of Europe, such legends are not so easily forgotten. and on the night of the 5th of December, isolated communities honour the demonic anti-Santa who accompanies St. Nicholas during the Christmas season by celebrating Krampusnacht. The clanking of rusty chains and the clanging of cowbells warn of his approach. He's immediately identifiable since he has 2 curling horns protruding from his head, but he also has 1 clawed foot and 1 goat's hoof. He wields a birch whip, which he uses to punish naughty children, and carries a basket on his back, into which he places those appalling urchins destined for the fiery pits of hell. The name Krampus itself originates from the old High German word Krampen, meaning claw. We have artwork. There is the book, but look, there's something at the window. What's that at the window? Oh.
What's that coming over the hill? Is it a Krampus?
According to the entry
Oh,
in the Book of Folklore, Krampus's night is the 5th of December and not Christmas Eve. For the devil to be out and about this night, something must have gone very wrong indeed. Hearing a tapping at the window, you look up with a start to see a curious figure peering in from outside. He looks like a hobgoblin, his frozen hair sticking out in jagged points and with icicles hanging from the end of his long, pointed nose. Let's put a picture of him closer. There he is.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. He looks absolutely frozen, his features pinched and blue from the cold. In fact, you could almost believe he was made entirely of ice, if it wasn't for his penetrating sapphire stare. Where his tapping finger touches, feathers of frost spread across the window panes. "Let me in," pleads the curious creature. "I'm so cold." Do we open the window so the hobgoblin can enter the cottage? Yes or no?
No.
This is your last one you pick tonight, as I must go to bed. Let him in, yes or no?
No, it's not our house, so.
no, I'm letting them in.
Joker, you letting him in, yes or no?
No.
Oh,
And
yes.
That wasn't even more northern no than mine.
Yes.
oh, come on, let's get our ass kicked. Let them in.
1, 2, 3. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1. Why
you
should
really
I care?
think the
No.
window's going to keep it out?
We've got 4 yes, 6 no at the moment. 4 yes, 6 no. Anybody else in chat voting? Your last
Ralph says
vote
yes because
of
he's like,
the night.
this guy's cruising for a bruising.
Kick him in the head.
You wee prick. Sorry, Ralph. I don't know if I'm offending you. Probably not. You're probably just laughing your ass off.
well, honestly, if you get offended on this page, you shouldn't be here.
Fair.
Just saying.
Got another one. Zaxa said let him in.
All right, we're on 5 yes,
Thanks,
6 no. 5 yes, 6 no.
I can have Kelsey log on.
No. No. Keep playing to the stereotype, Ralph. Keep playing to it.
I think we all do, don't we? Not that stereotype, but like our own stereotype.
We do, yeah.
Like Saxius is
playing.
evil.
I like playing into silly stereotypes. I think it makes fun of the stereotypes.
I think there's something to be said about if you can make fun of yourself, then it takes power away from other people being able to offend you by doing it.
Absolutely.
I don't have the stereotype. I'm just an Irish alcoholic. There's no stereotype there.
From backwater Pennsylvania.
Hey, now I resemble that remark.
Hey, you know, some say they had flying cars and touchscreens and stuff in Ireland before they discovered alcohol.
And yet we're still waiting for the hoverboard.
We are. Yes, we are. Grim Squirrel is saying
Ah, Grim says no.
Oh.
You're being sensible, Grim. That's not like you.
Yeah, she is. Okay, well, 7 no's, 5 yeses. Your last 10 seconds. I'm going to count these down in my head. Don't see any more votes. But there's a bit of a lag. Andy, wash your mouth out with soap. Actually, wash your mouth out with battery acid. That'd be better.
Yeah, and then clean it with bleach to neutralize it. You don't die.
Dude, you guys should have heard my daughter when she came into the house tonight. I'm like, I know that's my kid. She swears like a drunk Marine drill sergeant. She's like, sorry, Dad, I'm mad. I'm going to swear. I'm like, oh, whatever. I taught it to you.
Yeah. Okay, we're saying no, and I'm going to circle no, and I'm going to write under no where we're going to, which is 152 in a big circle at the bottom of the character sheet, and I'm going to leave you at that cliffhanger.
Oh, and before we go, Ralph, look. See? The good stuff.
Right. In terms of streaming, I am basically going to be streaming this book in the run up to Christmas any night that I'm free. So I'm going to pre-warn you that it probably won't be a usual stream night. So just look out for the notification. Sometimes it will be sort of with 10 minutes notice at most.
All right. Okay. Are you
Yeah,
gonna,
I'm guessing it'll be roughly what, 8 or 9 o'clock time.
Yeah,
This is not alcohol, Grim. This is Iron Brew.
are you going to post it on
I'll put it in the Discord.
YouTube or on?
I'll do what I usually do in terms of creating it in StreamYard, which will notify you it at YouTube automatically.
Okay.
And then I'll put a link in Discord. But it's basically going to be when I'm free, and I don't know when I'm going to be free. That's just it.
No, I completely understand that. I just this way we know where to look for it.
Yeah. I mean, this weekend, for example, tomorrow I'm at work, then I'm going to my mum and dad's, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to watch the fight if it's on a suitable time.
Okay. Oh, wait. What time is that flight?
It's scheduled for 20 past 10.
You're 5 hours behind, so it'll be about 20 past 5 your time in the evening.
All right.
So we are going to have a watch party in the Discord for the Usyk Fury fight rematch tomorrow. So if you want to come along and watch that, we'll be doing that.
Watch Furies get bounced around like the DVD logo again. Let's go, Usyk!
Probably. And then on Sunday, I don't know. I'm sure I've got something planned for Sunday, but I don't know what it is. Monday, we meet up to play D&D or board games on a Monday night. I can't see it happening because it's so close to Christmas. But if it does happen, obviously I'll go to that. If it doesn't happen, I'll stream. That's basically how it will be. So
I thought we were playing Call of Cthulhu on Monday.
we are. Sorry, yes, we are. We're playing Call of Cthulhu on Monday. And Tuesday is Christmas Eve, and I'm going to my mum's. But I might stream when I get back because they're in bed from 8 o'clock. So
See, Andy, I reminded him. I got him.
well done. Well reminded. So Monday we're playing Call of Cthulhu. I might stream on Christmas Eve. It depends. We'll see. Anyway, right. good night, everybody. Thank you to my panel tonight. You help with the decisions. IQ, Joker, Daniel, in that order, going down the list, as in the order you arrived into the green room behind. Thank you, chat. If I don't see you before Christmas, have a wonderful Christmas. May Santa's sack be bulging when he comes down your chimney and empties the contents of his sack all over your bedroom.
Without waking you up.
And with that thought,
I just got raped by an Englishman.
Yikes!
Merry
Indeed.
Christmas all, however you choose to celebrate it.
Have a good one.
Thanks, John. Everybody have a good night. Take care.
Yeah.
See ya.